Keely, we saw in that film, and Diljit, you just mentioned it, that Faith holds the current world record for that women's mile, which is 4:07:64. That was in 2023 in Monaco. So she's got to cut nearly 8 seconds of that, which of course in this world is massive. So just describe that a bit more.
I know. I think if you count 8 seconds, it doesn't seem quite so much. But if you put that in meters on a track, it's insane. Insane in the best way. Like, she fully obviously believes in herself to do this. But just trying to get across, what the ask is and how difficult it is. The previous world record was about 4:12, I think. So she's already taken it down to 4:07. And taking it even further than that is just, it's courageous for sure.
8 seconds feels eternal on the track and if you're holding a plank. But Carl, how do you approach that as a coach, knowing you have to shave that much time off?
Yeah, I think what's something that Keely said was so important is that you are not thinking of just from 4:07, you're from 4:12 because she did the 4:07 by herself. So I think that the big thing to me is that if she can stay consistent, it's so important to stay on that pace. And I think that the advantages she has people that are pacing her that are able to run with her, so they're not putting the pressure on her. And I know that you guys realize that when you're running a race, you can feel the energy of other people. And if they feel good and they're moving, it helps you run even faster.
Yeah, and we'll get into deeper on the pacers in a second. But Carl, that means she has to run 4 laps of this track, which is 1,609 meters. Anyone better placed to do that than her?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first of all, when she set a world record, she did it by herself at the end. So that shows you that she can run this race by herself. And I think what's important is that you need to stay focused, because oftentimes when you're running a race, you're thinking about how in the world can I do this? How can I win this race? But she already understands how to take it out herself, how to go out to the lead, and how to continue to go all the way through.
You don't really get the magnitude of what that means until the three of you have really broken this down. Are you in as much awe of all of it, just a quick nod, as the rest of us non-track stars are?
I have chills.
That way. It feels like even for those of you who are in it, right, this is still such a grand moment that it doesn't escape any of you.
Well, you're talking to one person that only ran races with numbers, and his numbers were like 1 or 2, and now we're talking about words. So I'm going to hear from the ladies.
Exactly that. Thank you for giving me the context. I know I wasn't crazy about all of this. All right, well, tonight we have already made history just by being here. And our crowd knows it. Listen, this energy is unreal. These moments are called moonshots. They're bold, barrier-breaking attempts that push the limits of what we think is possible. And one man who's done just that is here tonight, and he's also a huge inspiration to Faith. Ago with the one and only Eliud Kipchoge.
Yes, absolutely. Do you hear that energy? That's right. That's because I'm here with the greatest of all time, the GOAT himself, Eliud Kipchoge. Eliud, you are the phenomenal man who was the first ever person to run a marathon in under 2 hours. What memories of that race are coming up for you today?
It has been 5 years, but today it has awakened my memories. It's like a really fresh 2019 in Monza, because I feel I'm really tense. A lot of tension. I am not running, but I'm really tense.
Right.
So I feel for Faith.
Of course, because you care about Faith. You train with Faith, but you also know her off the track. She's described you as a brother to her. In your eyes, what makes Faith so exceptional?
In my own eyes, actually, what makes Faith so exceptional is that she is one of the women who dare to try, dare to dream. And this is a new world whereby we need people who set goals. We need people who are coming with a new things to work on. And Faith is one of them.
Right.
She is really into this project, and she wants to promote women, children, and mothers of this world.
Absolutely. Even the endeavor to achieve this is an indication of her fearlessness, right? Tonight isn't just about one athlete. As you said, you said she's an inspiration, and this is a huge moment for Kenya too. Kenya's motto is Harambee. What does that mean for you, and what does it mean for today?
Harambee actually is a very important word for us as Kenyans, because we value and we believe in coming in unity. We help each other. As we actually believe in teamwork, we say 100% of all of us can actually carry Kenya and to another standard. And that's why we say Harambee. We come together. Now today, all the 60 million Kenyans are coming together for Faith.
This is incredible. And they're here supporting her. It's so beautiful to see. It's so beautiful. And now it took you 2 attempts, right, to break the 2-hour marathon, right? How important is that message of coming together today?
Coming together actually as a team is crucial because, nobody actually can do something alone. And today is about breaking 4 minutes. I can say the wall is just 7 seconds away.
Right.
And today it will be broken here.
I believe it with you. The energy in the crowd is meaningful, right? Because it's a matter of coming together. How does that impact a runner like Faith to have their energy be up for her?
For the fans,
Yeah.
and the whole community actually, it has its own space, its own percentage as far as performance of Faith is concerned. So all of us, we are actually diffusing all the energy to Faith and wait at the finishing line to see how 3:58 will be.
Okay, you heard it from Elliot. We are here in it together. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, did you hear that? He said, keep the energy up. It feeds Faith. We believe in her. We're so excited to see her do this. Behind all the noise, it's just one woman, one dream with one remarkable story. Let's hear it for the woman herself, Faith. Come on, y'all.
When I was about 5 years old, I used to run barefoot 4 kilometers to school, 4 kilometers coming back alone. I started competing when I was 16 years. I was coming from the village without shoes, without spikes. It inspires me to keep on pushing myself.
Kipyegon, there is nothing this woman cannot achieve.
I have coached several world champions, Olympic champions, world record breakers. Faith is a unique character. Faith is a coquetter. SS.
That's good.
I nicknamed her SS, Superstar.
Since I became a mother, everything has changed. You have to show your child the way. When I came back to running, I had stretch marks. People can hide their bodies. For me, I was proud of how I looked. Being a mother is just an amazing feeling.
She's in front. High five.
I want to make my daughter proud. I want to make my country proud. And I want to empower the next generation of women. I believe that what a man can do, a woman can do. I can be the first woman to break the 4-minute barrier.
Takes my breath away every single time. Her story and journey to this moment has been extraordinary, and I highly encourage you, if you liked that snippet, head over to Prime Video and watch part 1 of the documentary Breaking 4. I've watched it. It is intense in the most amazing way and the perfect way to really understand a lot deeper what got Faith and who got Faith to this moment. Carl, I love watching this footage because we're talking about a mother, someone who's been breaking barriers throughout her career. She is really one of the greatest athletes ever.
Well, it goes really deep because you think about this. You start off, like you said, you showed her when she was running barefoot. That's a simple thing about it. And first of all, running is the most simplistic sport there is. And all of a sudden to go up through your career, in the middle of your career, get pregnant, have a child, come back stronger, and now you're trying to do something that's completely never been done before. Just think about this. There are billions and billions of people on the earth and that have gone through this world. And now she says, I'm going to go out and do something that no one's ever done before and until her even thought of doing.
It's just one of those things that her mindset is, this is the definition of built different, right, Carl? Keely, you have been around Faith in competitions. What makes her so unique?
So I haven't actually had the privilege of racing Faith yet. Maybe I will one day. But she is loved on and off the track by everybody. Everybody supports her. Everybody's happy when she breaks these world records. She's really pushing the boundaries in the 1500, dragging the women to PB after PB. You know, she's broken the 350 barrier. She's also so incredibly humble. My favorite story of Faith is me seeing her in the anti-doping room after a meet. Oh, Faith, how did it go? Yeah, it was really good. We're really happy. I'm checking my phone. World record, world record, world record. Like, it just continues. And yeah, she's a real great force to be reckoned with.
Just another casual day for
Casual
Faith.
day
no
for Faith.
problem. Diljeet, what's your experience been around Faith during competition?
I think being a mother and coming back from that, the incredible sense of purpose that she now competes with, it's so inspiring for women and mothers out there. You can do both. And we have to see her to be her. And we're seeing her. We are seeing her.
100%. And look, she comes from an athletic family. I mean, one of her inspirations was because her father and her sister were runners. But what's great is that she didn't really set out, and she said this, to be one of the GOATs, right? We call her that. But more so to serve the people of Kenya, Diljeet.
Yeah, one of my favorite stories is growing up, she wanted to be a policewoman. And that was what she wanted to do, to serve her people. And as her dreams evolved and running found her and she became really good at it, she's doing that in such a different way. After winning the gold medal in 2016 in Rio, coming back to the village, they had electricity. Her parents were walking a kilometer each way to watch her races in the dark. And so here Faith brought light to her people. And hasn't she been a source of light for all of us in some aspect? She has brought light to the sport, not just to the people of Kenya, but to all of us.
Well, can you imagine her giving someone a ticket and they're like saying, I'm a run? I'll see you in a second,
Please try
baby.
that. I would love that.
Yeah, get a start and I got you.
Yeah, I'll see you in 4 minutes, literally. You know, as we've all been discussing, she returned to sport in 2019 after having her child, juggling both motherhood, being a world-class athlete. It's incredibly challenging, but how much, I mean, this is just so impressive, especially as she makes this attempt, Keely.
It's absolutely insane. That's another barrier that she's pushed. Me growing up in this sport, I definitely thought I'd have to wait until my 30s to even consider having children, if I wanted them earlier or whatever. She's one of those women, along with the likes of Shelly Ann and Alison Felix, that have pushed that boundary. So tonight is just another one that she's pushing. She can add it to the collection that's coming.
Just another, like it's hard? Another accolade. Now, someone who knows Faith not just as a competitor, but as a close friend is fellow runner and world champion Halima Nakai. And she's with Ego.
Okay, it's the fabulous Halima, incredible athlete in an incredible t-shirt. Can we see your t-shirt? I've got Faith. How wonderful is that? She is also Faith's friend. You and Faith have been friends for some time. What's something about Faith that we might not know?
Wow, she's a super wonderful woman, full of motivation, and she has motivated very many. And I'm sure what Faith so far she has achieved, it will inspire generations and generations.
I am sure. I'm inspired just being here. Now, you've been training with Faith for this. You were her pacer in China just a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
Any memorable moments in the training process you can share with us?
Of course, she's such a hardworking woman who keeps on pushing beyond her limits. It's such an incredible moment, and she's such a superb woman that always she works beyond her limits. Yeah.
She pushes beyond her limits, and that's why she's here tonight. Now, you are a pacer. Can you just tell me something I'm very curious about? What is it running alongside Faith? What is it like?
Oh my God, it's such a nice feeling to run with a woman who has so far achieved really great things, but she keeps on dreaming more and more. Wow, this is, and it will inspire very many, and it has inspired very many women. After even her becoming a mother, she still came back and became a champion. Women were super motivated, and this means we can do whatever we want to become. So we have to keep on believing in ourselves. Yes.
Absolutely. That is incredible. And I feel that, having watched part one of the documentary myself. Now, you want to say to young athletes today, they need to keep believing in themselves. Is there anything else you want to tell them?
I just want to tell them to focus and be determined. Already we've got so many people who have done these things. So Faith has done it. You've seen Sifan and very many others. So believe in your dreams and always fight for it. Yes, sky will be the limit.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Now, you caught the world's attention, Halima, with your victory dance at the World Championships in Doha in 2019. do you have a dance ready to go for tonight?
Yes, of course. Or, you know, sports has given us a platform to show all the talents of God.
Okay.
I love to dance as a way of relaxing.
Okay, I'm kind of shy, but can you teach me how to do the dance you're going to do tonight so I can be ready?
Of course, just a matter of dancing like this.
Okay,
Yeah, twisting the waist a bit. Yeah. And I'm requesting the whole crowd to cheer for Faye.
Yes.
Just show, please just say, go Faye, go team, because we believe in teamwork.
Yes, let's hear it. Go
We
Faith.
can do it.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Halima. Let's pray.
All right, Ego and Halima, we will have rehearsal, full choreography after the race, so keep those moves up, please. We're just over 25 minutes away until Faith takes on the 4-minute mile barrier at 8:05 local time here in Paris. And guiding us through the race tonight is my colleague, play-by-play announcer Paul Swangard, a seasoned track and field expert for events including the World Athletics Championships and Olympic Games, and he's up in the play-by-play booth right now. Paul, give us your POV.
Well, just for the record, I won't be dancing, but we'll be excited up here as well. And the view from here is absolutely fantastic. We are at Stade Charletti in Paris, and what an absolute gorgeous setting this is. Of course, a city steeped in beauty, in history, and for Faith, it is also a city of gold. It was here in Paris that just last year she claimed her historic 3rd gold medal at the Olympics at Stade de France, and tonight she returns to chase something potentially even more historic. You know, I've been calling races for about Faith for over a decade, watching her evolve into one of the greatest middle distance runners in history. And moments like her extraordinary night in Monaco 2 years ago when she set the current women's mile world record are memorable both as a commentator but just also as a fan who's loved this sport for decades. And every factor in this particular race has been engineered down to the smallest detail by scientists, engineers, designers, and more. You can take a look at the track. We're going to have these pace lights tonight, and that's going to be an important part of the system here along with the pace runners. It's a moving target the runners will use to keep at the right pace, and Faith will be using them to stay locked in lap by lap, 4 of them in total. But that is just one piece of the overall puzzle. There is a ton of thought behind this race to create a holistic system of support, from the footwear to the apparel, the pacers, and of course the prep. So what does going make into an attempt like this possible? Let's hear from the innovation team from Nike.
To try to break the 4 minutes barrier. This is my biggest challenge I have ever had in my life.
In order for Faith to do this, she has to run almost 8 seconds faster than her record. In such a short distance. It's an eternity.
Take one, Mark.
I've known Faith for 10 years now. This is a big, big endeavor. And we're trying to think about all the elements that need to come together that allows her to achieve 4 minutes over the mile. The preparation, the location, the drafting, and then the aerodynamics.
We've created a new speed suit. It has 3-dimensional nodes. The nodes allow the air to flow around Faith.
I feel so good. It's like my own skin. It's very light.
The problem of trying to come up with the optimal footwear for a sub 4 minute mile, it felt very difficult to imagine, if not impossible.
It looks like we're under 90 grams. For comparison, the world record shoe is about 111.
Through working with Faith, drastically reducing the weight, adding more traction on the bottom.
What was that
Very
doing?
fast. Very fast.
Okay.
It begins to feel like something that is possible.
We studied over 100 stadiums. We needed no extra wind blowing around. There's no need for Faith to run into a headwind. Paris has a good track surface, shielded stadium structure, very low wind. That had all the features we wanted. Lastly, on the track, the pacer team is going to disturb and disrupt the wind, and that allows Faith to slip through the air faster. Everything's good on paper. Well, once you try it out in real life, you get a reality check.
This formation is perfect if everybody has its position. They're not robots. It's extremely hard.
Faith Faith brings out a spirit of coming together to achieve new heights. And with her, I wanted to participate in any dream she has.
It's kind of the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm gonna get emotional.
I have to believe in the training, the clothing and innovation. I have to believe in myself. I have to get out there and just run.
Absolutely incredible stuff. And I'm joined by the man himself, Faith's head coach, Patrick Sang. Patrick, you've been Faith's coach for now 6 years. This is a huge moment. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, but butterflies everywhere. So nervous at some point, and I have to keep moving.
Yes, we have to keep, it's like a shark. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. We've just seen all that amazing innovation. You've been preparing for months. So much has gone into today. How has the journey been for you?
The journey has been not so smooth because it takes a lot of effort. You have to push the athlete sometimes, and you have to also work with so many other people, different training environments. So it's not been a smooth way, but I think the target has been always in the focus.
Absolutely focused, and you made it here today, and we are so excited. How is Faith feeling today?
I saw her this morning when we went for the loosening up, and she looked a bit nervous. We didn't want to talk so much, but okay, being nervous is very good because it's a sign that you are really up to it.
Yeah, nerves and excitement are two different sides of the same coin, I like to say. And I think that makes sense that she's in the zone. She's focused right now. You also coached Elliot for his sub 2-hour marathon. What for you is the most important aspect in training?
The most aspect in training that I look at in an athlete that is really talented is when they are really determined and they put in the work.
Right.
Putting in the work is the most critical thing.
There's no substitute for hard work, right?
There's no substitute, and they have to have a serious trust on the system.
Right.
Yeah, so trust in the system, putting in the hard work, that's what it is.
That's the equation, that's the math. Okay, today the weather conditions have been fluctuating a bit. How did that affect the preparation for this race?
Actually, we are crossing fingers that by the time of kickoff, the weather will probably be very nice to us. But of course, you cannot control nature.
Right.
But we'll push and do the best under the circumstances.
Absolutely. Mother Nature, I'm hoping she is kind to us today. Patrick, finally, can Faith do this?
Faith has done a lot in 1500 and the mile before, ran world records in both events, also in 5,000. All those components puts her in a better position to do it.
She is in the position to do it. You heard it from her coach, Patrick Sang. Thank you so much. I've got to let you go get ready to watch this race. Good luck to you and Faith, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you both. And yes, she can. That is the only mindset that we are putting out into the universe tonight. But I do want to get a bit more into the Pacers because Roger Bannister had them, Elliot had them. Keely, you've run with Pacers. How intense is it being one? Because I can't imagine the pressure. Couldn't be me.
Some would argue the Pacers have the easier job. Oh. Sometimes. I don't know. I haven't done it. But no, the Pacers tonight specifically, though, have a really important job. They can't get it wrong. They've got to keep her on target. They've got to keep going the whole way. Both the men and the women here tonight, they've got a really big job to do. And that is pressure, not just from Faith himself, but she's got to trust them around her, all of them, to get the job done.
And they're elite athletes, Olympians in their own right, for sure, which is why they're here. But as we know, based on current rules and regulations, this won't be a ratified world record because of the use of male pacers. And that's the only reason. Since Faith is the fastest woman in the mile, she has to use male pacers. So we'll get into that a little bit because Diljeet, truly, this needs to evolve.
Popular or unpopular opinion, I agree with you. As women are trying to do things that have never been done, and we could not have female pacers unless they hopped on and off the track, which we talked about. So I think as we evolve and women evolve in sport, the rules need to also evolve.
Yeah.
And reflect that as well. Keely, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think, as Faith is breaking a barrier tonight, when you're the best women in your event and you're trying to chase these new things, and there may not be another woman that can keep up with you or go ahead, We might need some help from the guys to do that.
Well, I mean, you think about it. If you are on the very, very top, you're excellent. Sometimes you have to change the rules for people that are special. And I think that's what today is about. You're taking someone that's special, so we have to find a way to let the world see her excellence.
Yeah.
And if you have to change the rules a little bit, let's do it, at least for tonight.
She's literally changing the rules in so many regards. And Carl, Roger Bannister said it famously. We've done it, the three of us, referring to his Pacers, because you can't get to this position alone. I mean, there was a shot of them together after his race.
Yeah, it's impossible for any athlete to be successful alone. And I think when you start with, first of all, your coach and that relationship, and then when you're talking about Pacers, they're going to be telling the story of, I was a part of that years and years and years in the future. And I think every one of these Pacers today, not only are they tremendous athletes, but they're a part of something special. And you think about it, she could not get it done without the help. And it is a wonderful thing. And we were just talking about earlier how difficult it is to be a coach, to sit here and watch as your athlete does it. And then to be a Pacer who's involved in it, it just makes it so much more special.
Yeah, you know all about that. It literally takes a village.
No, it does. And everyone around her tonight's got a job to do. You know, I've seen the strategy. They've got all the strategies set up for if there's a gap, if there's this, there's so much science behind it. So it's going to be really exciting to watch.
How much of a difference do you feel, Diljit, this makes to Faith, knowing that her Pacers are there with her throughout this?
It's a huge difference. For one, it alleviates that mental energy that's required to ask yourself, am I on pace? Even with the pace lights, it is really difficult to do what she's trying to do. Look, over 20 people have been involved in setting up the strategy for tonight, and it's going to really help make it possible.
Yeah, there are layers to this, folks. Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, and see, being a sprinter who doesn't worry about pacing, just worry about running fast, okay? So talking about a pace, it's a little different. You know, we get to a pace that we want to, and we maintain that. And we only have to do it for a number of seconds. You're talking about minutes that you're going to have to do that. So it is a huge challenge, and it is definitely something that bringing that whole team together makes it easier.
Yeah, it's a whole other level. All right, well, we're just under 20 minutes to go until Faith takes on the 4-minute mile. If you're just joining us, welcome. We are live from Paris, and fans from all over the world are waiting to see if Faith will become the first woman to break the 4-minute mile barrier. Ego is with some of them. Let's join the party.
That's right. I am down here picking up the vibes, the energy. This crowd is absolutely buzzing. We're so excited to be. You see this? Come on. This is an amazing electric crowd. I'm going to have to talk to some people, find out who they are, where they came from. What's your name and where are you from today?
My name's Linda and I'm from London.
Linda from London. A little alliteration for you. Okay. What made you want to be here to support Faith today?
I'm here to support Faith and witness history.
Yes, absolutely. Witness history. Now, are you a runner yourself, Linda?
Yes.
You're a runner? How fast is your mile?
Oh, not as fast as Faith.
Okay, that's okay. I bet it's faster than mine, though. I'm so happy you're here. Keep the energy up for Faith. I'm so excited to talk to more of you. Hello. Hey, girl. Hey. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Christina, and I'm from New York City.
Christina from New York City. You live where I live. Girl, what neighborhood? Don't say Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn's in the house. Brooklyn's in the house. What made you want to be here today to see Faith?
Oh my gosh, I am here to witness narrative change and the story be rewritten around males and females in sport.
Absolutely, and I really think Faith is already doing that, given she is the fastest woman to run a mile. I'm so excited you're here. Isn't this energy crazy, though?
Amazing. I've never seen anything like it, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't either. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here. Come on, Brooklyn. Hello, what's your name?
Chloe.
Chloe, okay. Where are you coming from today?
Also New York.
Also New York. Manhattan. Boo. No, okay. We love Manhattan. So happy you're here. What made you want to be here today?
There's no place I'd rather be here than here right now, honestly. This is really incredible to be able to be here and to watch Faith in this moment. I have chills. I can't imagine how she feels.
Same. It's like being part of history. You're in it. You were here. You get to say you were here. How exciting. Yes, keep the energy up for Faith. Keep it up. Oh my goodness. Hi. What's your name and where did you come from today? All right, let me know.
Okay, so I'm Luce, I'm 22 and I'm here with Eitla.
That's what I call a squad. They are absolutely incredible. You guys, please keep this energy up for us tonight. Faith needs it. They promise. Pinky promise. Pinky promise. Pinky promise. I think Faith is really going to eat off this energy today.
Yeah, we'll have what they're having, Ego, for sure. And it's not just the fans here, but all over the world, including her home country of Kenya. We have been waiting for this. They are watching from Eldoret. Unbelievable. Carl, Keely, I mean, look at this watch party. And it's what I love about this, and it gives me chills, is we know that they are behind her. And this is such a beautiful way to have them as part of this, even from afar. I know she's feeling that love.
You know what? This is not a race, it's an event.
Mhm.
And I think that that's the special thing about it. Like we in the States, we have the Super Bowl and they have the parties, the event. This is an event. And I think it's an event that people will remember for years and years to come, even if, which I don't think, she doesn't get it, because I think she's going to get it. And so this is what makes it special, because track and field is such a simplistic sport. Faster, stronger, farther. And for people to be able to understand that and get down to the simple thing is tremendous.
I love it. Keely, I mean, there was no way that her folks back home were going to miss this.
Absolutely not. She's done so much for them already, and they love supporting her all the way back to Rio. And before then, I believe she's actually done 4 Olympics, which I found out.
Right.
In 2012 also. So I'm sure they're super excited back home. If you can't be here in this wonderful stadium, I'm sure they're tuned in as well.
Yeah, no question. And we'll be checking in with them for sure and feeding off of them as well. You know, Diljit has made her way over with Paul to the play-by-play booth for the race itself, and we'll be with them shortly. We're expecting the Pacers to be out here in just a few minutes before Faith comes on a couple of minutes after them. So we've spoken about the nerves, but why am I nervous?
Oh, don't.
Why is it me? I can't even breathe right now. But Keely, of course, Faith is going for that sub 4. But what is the difference between chasing a time and chasing a gold medal?
I personally think it's really huge. There's just so much more pressure when it comes to time. You know, you're thinking splits, you're thinking seconds, half a second. It comes down to the tenths.
Yeah.
If you go out too hard, you could ruin your chances. You go out too slow, you could also ruin the chances. I've ran some of my fastest races going for gold and not thinking of the time. So to be her in her mind, I've heard she doesn't want to know the times, and I don't blame her.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a fascinating thing as well for the mind. But yeah, it's going to be super exciting. Can't wait.
Carl, this is when it gets real. That's it. There's no more warm-ups. The countdown is very much on. How do you deal with that mental pressure as an athlete?
Now you're at the space where it's like, yes, I did what I was supposed to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Right.
I ate correctly. I got my rest last night. I did all of those things, and now I have to go out and execute. Because, you know, to think about this, if she runs this mile and she's 1 second under, then and makes it, then it's like everything that I did was correct. But then if you're 4 minutes and 1 second, you're like, what did I do that was wrong? That's the thing you want to keep away from, so you prepare as much as possible so that you're not worried about what you didn't do correctly to be ready.
Right. I mean, only Faith and her team really know how fast she is. And I will not repeat what Elliot said, the numbers that Elliot said earlier. We're just going to let that live in our minds. But the atmosphere is really starting to get tense. I mean, there has to be a way to bring that down. And we hear athletes say it all the time. I just have to stay even keel, not too high and not too low, correct?
Yeah, as a coach, it's much worse coaching than it was when I was running, because you want to get down and help them. And I think the biggest thing for everyone around her is just to keep it even keel. But you know what? You're going to get out here. She's going to get here. She's going to feel the anxiety. No matter how prepared you are, you're still nervous. You still have anxiety, but it's how you handle it. Do you allow it to handle you when you feel like, oh, I just feel tired, I feel exhausted, and then that's the anxiety that you're feeling. So I think the thing now for her is that the weather's great, it's calm, and when you step into the stadium, you hear the energy, you take the energy and put it into your feet and not let it get into your head.
Yes. Oh, that's a word. That's a whole word, Carl. Keely, any rituals for you to really stay in that zone?
Breathe.
Very important.
Breathe. I've heard that helps. No, it's hard to say what you would do in a situation that I've never been in. Nobody's ever been in. She's the first woman to put herself through this. So there's a lot of anxiety and pressure that comes with that. But I think you just got to simplify it. All she's got to do is run. And I think if she crosses the line and says she's done her absolute best, that's all we can ask for.
Keep it simple. I love that.
And I want to say something. To understand the courage it takes, the entire world is out here watching you, and you're going to have this group that says, oh, she didn't make it. And the courage to come out here and put yourself out in front of the entire world to do something no one's ever done, knowing that you're going to have an up and a down, that's the big thing.
Amazing. See, I love your rituals because I would have just run a nice warm bath right before. And if you hear that intensity building up behind us here in the stadium, it's because we're inching closer. A marker to that is that the Pacers are about to come out here. So they are going to have their moment. They're going to have that tunnel moment where they are introduced. They come out here. And as we were mentioning earlier, these are world-class athletes, the top of the top. That is why they are part of Faith's team. These are Olympians. They have records of their own. I mean, this is intense, and this is the reason why everyone is literally up on their feet behind us, you guys, ready to welcome them. The pressure, yes, but also the excitement as they make their way out on the tunnel. And you'll notice that they are wearing that, I like to call it like royal purple and magenta, which is Faith's power color. And that's why the entire stadium looks the way that it does. Carl, this is a moment. Now you know we are literally moments away.
Yeah, there's no turning back. And the thing about it is that when she comes out and sees these people that helped her prepare for it, I think that energizes her. And think about this. You have a woman trying to break the 4-minute mile, right? But you have to get world-class men to help her.
Right.
I mean, in sports, that just doesn't happen. And the great thing about it is that we're seeing that someone is so elite that you have to get people that are just elite at their own level just to be able to help her. That's what's exciting, and that's what you're seeing as these people run out.
Yeah, and Keely, I know for you, the Pacers are they have such a warm spot in your heart, and certainly as part of a team as they're making their way out here.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, they've got a big job to do tonight. There's a lot of them here to get the job done, and she's got full faith in them, no pun intended. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be incredible. Before we go up to Paul and Diljit, can they do it, guys? Carl?
I think she can do it. I really do. I think the big thing, and the reason I do, is not only just the preparation, conditions are perfect. That's what it is. There's no wind out here. She's going to have great pacers. They're going to do a tremendous job. I think she gets it. It'll be tight, but I think she gets it.
I think it's going to be so tight.
I knew it. Thank God conditions are great because it was a deluge yesterday, as Paul and Diljit know very well with the rain. I'll toss it over to you guys in the play-by-play booth.
Yeah, no rain today, but today we spent our time talking about science, strategy, shoes, even threw in some superlatives, but now it is all about Faith. We are moments away from Faith Kipyegon facing one of the most ambitious challenges we've ever seen in track and field. The goosebumps still with you, Diljit?
Goosebumps are here. I'm a little nervous.
And we talked about just the quality of these Pacers, and a lot of people ready and willing to sign up. They want to be a part of this, not only the male Pacers, but 2 women that are going to join her for half this race.
Yep, we have 13 total, 9 of those men, 2 women, and they're part of history today.
Final athletes being introduced. This crowd is electric. They are on their feet. And in eager anticipation now for what is to come. Grant Fisher of the United States, a couple of bronze medals in Paris being introduced. He is going to kind of be her wingman. She tried a couple of different runners, but liked Grant's style.
She liked his rhythm. She liked his relaxed running, and she feels comfortable next to him. So I'm excited to see that duo.
Gemma Reekie of Scotland, the British national record holder at 1,500 meters. And here to be in support. And all these athletes, male and female, we've seen them all the time. When she's on the track, Faith is on the track, they are cheering for her.
A win for her is a win for them.
And Georgia Hunter-Bell, final athlete to be introduced, that last female athlete. And now we await Faith.
Times the Olympic champion, 8 world goals, the world record holder, 27 Diamond League wins, the fastest woman in history for Kenya, Faith Kipyegon.
Well, just listen to that crowd as Faith enters the field of play. Here she is, stepping into the spotlight, not just for herself, but for every woman who ever dreamed of doing something the world said was impossible. She has spent a lifetime building for this, from her early races in Kenya to Olympic gold, and now in front of these these fans, in front of the world, she is about to take the most ambitious step of all. From running bare through the hills of Kenya to Olympic gold on the brightest lights we've ever seen. Months of intense training, years of sacrifice, and now the world is watching. Diljeet, what would you have to say to one of your athletes?
Right before this moment, as they approach the starting line, I always like to leave with the 4 most important words they can hear, which is, I believe in you. I think she feels that. She's got a whole circle of people around her, an entire team. Look how great she looks out there.
Well, this is more than a race. This is a moment of courage, a celebration of belief, and the world is about to witness it. 4 laps, simple equation, in under 4 minutes equals one of the greatest sporting achievements we can ever witness. So even the start of this race has some challenges. We'll put Faith on the inside rail, and then these other 13 athletes all have instructions. Been a lot of workouts the last few days getting ready to support Faith's effort.
You'll see that first 100 meters where they'll get into formation following the pace lights, and she'll stay on the rail.
There'll be 5 up front, 5 men. They'll be called the Shield. And then the spoiler of Grant Fisher, Cooper Tier, Stewie McSwain, Georgia Bell, and Gemma Reekie, again, running about 2 laps of this race. And then 3 other men in reserve, as this will be fluid. I mean, they are going to be communicating with these athletes during this attempt. The gun is up. And Faith Kipyegon's attempt at a sub-4-minute mile here in Paris is underway as the Shield gets up in flight. You see the pace lights there. The red ones in front are being used to keep the pacers from not getting too far away. And Faith is going to be right there in that green area. As you can see them already looking around, making sure they're in the right place.
They are in formation right now. She looks comfortable, almost 200 meters in, right with the green lights. And that's where we want to see her, Paul.
These pace lights will actually change in speed over the course of it, but they are obviously pacing her to this sub-4-minute attempt. They'll also, that green light will stretch out eventually to show you her world record from Monaco 2 years ago of 4:07 and change, just to give you context of how amazing this moonshot is going to be tonight in Paris. And we're 1 lap down. We're looking for 409 meters at 61:55. And right on the 400, that was the 400 split at 60.2.
They've settled in, Paul, now. You can see her really comfortable and relaxed with those green lights, with Grant Fisher right to her right. This is exactly the setup they wanted. They are in perfect formation.
And Diljeet, every lap is different. What is it about a lap 2 of a mile?
We want to be really rhythmic here. You can see her relaxed and rhythmic.
And you see Grant Fisher right alongside Cooper Tier, the American former University of Oregon standout, settling in there right behind her. Stewie McSwain also there and right on the lights. With all this tech in terms of the shoes, the lights, the pacers, the speed suit, all coming together. And in talking with the innovation team, they felt like there were 3 things they could do to put this together. Zero wind targeting, precision formation, and that apparel that would make the difference. Here they come, halfway home.
The female pacers have stepped off, Paul, right before the 800-meter mark. She's looking nice and relaxed. This 3rd lap is the hardest lap when you're running the mile.
As they go through in 2:01.7, and you keep an eye on Faith and that green light, which is right where she wants to be, maybe a step or 2 light behind, but she is known as an amazing closer, sub-60 in her world record performance, and she ran 1,000 meters just a few weeks ago where she ran at sub-4-minute mile pace. Now with a lap and a half to go.
We're at 600 meters. Cooper Tier has moved up. They look like they're changing formation, and she was going right there with Grant Fisher.
Chase the lights, chase the pacers, chase history here in Paris. As we come down the main straightaway for the penultimate time. Look at how far she is ahead of the green lights of her world
with those green lights.
The front pacers have gotten away a little bit, but that was something that they had planned for. So this smaller group now trying to keep that wind at a minimum and keep Faith going down the backstretch for the final time.
Come on, Faith. She's going to the arms now. We've got 200 meters, Paul. Here we go.
Everybody on their feet here in Paris. Could she have even imagined as a 5-year-old running barefoot to school that she would be on this stage in front of this crowd, heading off the backstretch for the final time? Faith against the clock. The Pacers step away. They begin to support as Faith Kipyegon heads towards history here in Paris as she gets under her previous world best.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. 4:06.91.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And Faith Kipyegon just took one heck of a shot. And you see her surrounded by her support team. Her coach, Patrick, saying Eliud Kipchoge is there. He knows the feeling of being so close. But this is truly a moment of celebration.
Paul, this is the fastest she's ever run the mile.
It's the fastest a woman has ever run the mile.
Yes.
Ever. See Joan Benoit Samuelson, the Olympic gold medalist from Los Angeles in 1984, here in support. A lot of VIPs coming here to be part of this moonshot. And you can see she has given it her all. 4:06.42 is the official time for Faith Kipyegon at the mile. And the crowd,
so much to be proud of. So much to be proud of.
And
I think she was greeted by her husband there.
Timothy Katoum, who was there to embrace her. And there's Halimon Nakai. And working the way down this list of exceptional pacers. And there's no one with a frown on their face. Everyone celebrating the moment.
And it's a celebration indeed.
And let's check in on the celebration as we go down to Ego.
Faith, what an amazing achievement. How are you feeling right now?
Exhausted. I'm tired. Yeah, but I feel good. I've tried. That is why I was coming here to, try to be the first woman to run under 4 minutes, but I've proven that it's possible. It's only the matter time, but I think it will come to our way. If it is not me, it will be somebody else. So, yeah, I know one time, a woman will run under 4. I will not lose hope. I will still go for it. And if there's not something like this, the special one, I think in normal dam or league or anything, I will still go for it. And I hope I will get it one day, one time. I want to thank all of you for coming, for cheering me up. This was really special. I did not expect to see many people, but I'm so grateful and have proved to the world that everything is possible. And Eliud did before, and I've proven that something special is coming.
You absolutely have proven that anything is possible, and your daughter is watching, as many young women are watching tonight. What do you want them to take away from this moment specifically?
I think I will tell them we are not limited. We can limit ourselves to the thoughts, but I think we are possible to try everything in our lives and prove to the world that we are strong, and we keep pushing.
Yes, absolutely. Keep pushing. You and the people in your camp too, Faith. I know your coaches, your pacers. You all see running as a team event. What do you want to say to your team right now?
I
I'm so grateful to my team, my pacemakers. That was a wonderful job. It was not easy, but thank you for, coming out and help me to achieve, what many people think it's impossible, but I think we have proved them wrong that it's possible. So yeah, we keep on moving.
I think I can say for everyone in this stadium tonight and everyone watching that you are an absolute inspiration. Thank you so much, Faith. Please, everyone give it up for Faith. What an incredible feat. Incredible, incredible, incredible. You have absolutely inspired all of us. You've inspired a new generation. Thank you so much. To everyone, let's give it up one more time for Faith. She absolutely, yes.